when I'm alone, I felt empty. You know.
No, hold on. Don't go too fast. This is what's the name of your father? What's the name of your father?
Elder Peter Okyere.
So Elder Peter Okyere's son that he has been
You
waking up in the morning to have devotion.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, you said growing up in that area where you had to be.
But I had my boys. I think that I fell in the hands of bad company.
Okay.
And that's what led to the addiction challenges, you know.
Really?
People that, yes, because I was in church, but I had, my best friends were not, you know, it took me many years to be able to say, this is the price I have to pay if I want to walk with Christ. I need to let some people go. I love them. I care for them. I can still have a relationship with them, but they can't be in my inner circle if I want to go this way with Christ.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So they introduced you to it?
Yes. Yes, they introduced me to it, and then the rest is history. But your question, your question is that how did I, you know, come to meet Christ?
Yeah.
It was at the point when I became very tired of, and that's the good thing about it, that I got tired of all this, you know, secret sins that I had in my life. And that's when I started seeking God. I went to the Sabbath field to pray one day, and I was very honest with God. I said, you know what, look, I look like I'm all put together out there, but in here, my heart, we know we have issues. And
Whoa.
it was like a weight was taking off me. And that was it.
So how did you come out of it? He just
I
gave
think
you
that
the
day
grace?
was the beginning, but not the end. I had to talk to people. I opened up to some seniors of mine in Pensa at the time, who helped me through. Okay, let's take you through 7 days of prayer and staying away from when you have the thought of doing this. It's just like drug addiction. You know, stay away from this, do this, don't do that. Guidance, 14 days, 30 days, day 30. Okay, let's try it. We're going 100 days straight. And then after a while, I couldn't even remember when the last time was.
I see. So permit me to pry. It was inspired by you watching some movies or reading some books or just
I don't even
imagination?
remember how. I don't remember. It's been many years.
Do you think it was a demonic attack?
I think there's a spiritual dimension to it. When habits become entrenched, after a while, they become spiritual. I believe that. There's a power in repetition that is spiritual. When you do the same thing over and over again, it does not just become mental. It's not just your locomotive parts that pick up the act of doing that, but your spirit also absorbs it. You know, and I believe that some spirit to
So you being real and coming clean with some leaders and the prayer and all the counsel was what really you would say got you delivered eventually.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I wouldn't even say delivered, but it got me free. Because nobody really prayed and said, hey, come out or anything like that. But my honesty and my openness with God, you know, kind of set me free. If you know.
I see. Yeah. What would you tell a young person who is caught up in that?
Well, the first thing I would say is be honest with yourself. You know, you can be suffering that in the secret and coming out and looking like you're all put together. You know, you have to be honest. Don't find a defense. Oh, Bible, show me. Where is it? You know, but you know you are struggling deep down. You know you are struggling. You know there's a guilt that comes with it every time. You know, yeah,
very durable.
You know, I have to stop hating it. But you know, there's something you're struggling with, and sometimes the problems that many of us find excuses for our secret sins and our faults and say I'm only human, then you're not ready. You continue to be under that bondage. But when you become honest with yourself and say I need help, then I'm sure heaven and earth
help will come. I know you have a ministry like that helps people.
A2C, Addicted to Christ. We did that project for 15 years and we dropped it for a while because our ministry was becoming too synonymous. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Counseling people, doing placement. We spent all our money on booking counseling sessions for people who were not willing and ready to change. I told the people that, Charlie, we are done. God, you gave us this project, but we are done. I'm tired. Let's move on to something else. So after 15 years of doing that, we put a hold on that. But interestingly, recently from 2020, around the lockdown period, we started getting a lot of hits on that again. People started emailing and inboxing us. And so I spoke to the team. We're thinking about launching that A2C project, where we go to secondary schools, talk to them, help people. We go to universities, help them come out of addiction.
I see.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know that's the extent to which, like the demand, the demand is
it's crazy. Even this one that I've said here, I know I'll start getting.
Oh wow.
I'll start getting.
So what were you dealing with when you say addicted?
Addicted to Christ. So we're moving people from addiction to several things, substances,
so all sorts of addictions. Okay.
To an addiction to Christ.
Okay.
Making Christ an obsession for people. That was our goal.
It is.
We had several people, prostitutes, addiction to masturbation. Some people had weird fantasies.
Wow.
You have no idea. Sorry, sir. You have no idea. Like all kinds of things. Some of them are unprintable.
Really? Give me one of the printable
ones. I can't print.
No, not the unprintable one. Like the printable.
Several. I mean, we met a young lady. One of these stories. We met a young lady in a secondary school whose father was a bishop, and father thinks that, oh, my daughter there, she's a good girl. And daughter was into this, lesbianism business.
Wow.
And the dad was utterly shocked.
Charlie.
The day I said, you know what, you need help. And if your dad is a pastor, then it's easier for him to monitor you. So I want us to tell your dad. It took me a while to convince the young girl. And she finally agreed. The day I got to the house, oh, my young pastor wants to see you. And the man flexed me small. But for the sake of, for the sake of Yahweh, we went. And so, hello. So what, how may I help you? I'm like, oh, sir, cool down for us, And we broke the news. The daughter broke down in tears, opened up.
Wow.
The mother cried. The man was shocked. Crife girl, Pastor Ba, helping with church. She does everything, but she had fallen into. So those were the kind of things. And it also really, it was a lot of work. And that's the reason why at the time we were not able to release a lot of songs, as frequently as we would love to. People say, oh, I like Healing Stream, please, when are you releasing another one?
Yeah.
And then we'll come and drop Nyankopon quietly and go and hide again, because we're always on the road dealing with people. I mean, thank God for Professor Joseph Osafo, the counseling department, Elder Amos Kevin Annan, Mama Kathy. Charlie, these people held me down, man.
Charlie.
I pushed my people. Sometimes they don't even take money.
Oh.
I said, Charlie, I have another one. Because I'm not a certified counselor.
Okay.
I'm only like a bridge between, just because I want to be honest and open up between those who are struggling and all of that. So I do the bit that I can, pray with you, go on a fast with you, and then pound.
I see.
We hand you over to a professional counselor to help. Please, if there are a lot of counselors, I come. There's another guy, younger one. Lots of them. If I didn't mention your name, no stress. I beg.
No, don't fight. They understand you. Yeah. So now, having shared that, I want us to now get back to music.
Yes.
You talked about how you get songs and all of that. Yeah. What was the first song you ever wrote?
You don't want to hear it, too.
I want to hear.
I think you played it, bro.
Really?
The first song I ever recorded was Miatiti. With Namesi.
No, sing me a line, I beg you. That's what reminds me.
Father Jesus. Nia atitimpo. Nia aseno. Beyenu ye. Fava semina, yeah, that was not Mrs. Band. Come, anyone say. The day I heard that Fifi had played my song on radio, Jesus, I became a celebrity in my head.
But that song carried something.
Yes, it had a message, and it tied in with the You know, Niatiti tied in with the ministry that God had
You
given
just
us.
brought some memories. Can you imagine? I now remember that I used to play that song.
Yes. There was this sax, Opoku played the sax on him. I say, say, Wamra, Menu, Can't when I was what is now come ribu.